The news moves so fast these days that it's hard to keep up. One week, Trump launches an illegal and offensive strike on Iran, a country that didn't attack us and wasn't building a nuke. Another week, he's federalizing the California National Guard and invading LA with the Marines. Another week, it's more genocide every single day. In fact, it's more genocide waged by the Israelis, armed and funded by the U.S. Another week, it's more people being sent to a concentration camp and a new concentration camp being built in the middle of the Florida Everglades. But understand, the disaster and the catastrophe is continuing on all fronts. On all fronts. So, and that's what makes even prepping the show so hard. Is like, I do my best to talk about all of it all the time, but it's so much. So here we have an example of the U.S. military invading a park in Los Angeles in a show of force. So look at this. A joint federal immigration operation is currently underway in and around MacArthur Park, which lies just west of downtown L.A. Dozens of federal agents, including U.S. Border Patrol and ICE, have deployed in tactical gear alongside approximately 90 California National Guard troops, 17 Humvees, tactical vehicles, horseback units, and ambulances. The operation lasted about an hour with no immediate reports of arrests. This is a show of force to freak everybody out, let them know we're here, we're not going anywhere. You're under occupation. This is martial law. By the way, minutes before this, there were kids playing in the park. There were children. Now look at it. Look at these scenes. This is something out of a dystopian sci-fi novel about authoritarianism and fascism. Watch this. Faces covered again. Again, I wonder why they're covering their faces. Could it be because all of them know they are the ones breaking the law? They are the ones doing something illegal? It's just, we are so through the looking glass now, man. I never want to hear some land of the free bullshit from these fake patriots ever again, right? All their talk, freedom and liberty and the Constitution. This is anti-freedom. This is anti-liberty. This is anti the Constitution. You could have your little toddler playing in a park and this happens right in front of them. How in any way, shape, or form does that constitute freedom? The whole point here is to strike fear into the population, to let them know this is not your city. This is our city. We are occupying you. We make the rules. We determine who disappears. We determine who stays. And how many lives have they already ruined? Innocent people being rounded up and sent to concentration camps. It's all happening, man. It's all happening. It's almost like impossible at this point to say something hyperbolic because it's all happening. All right, I got more for you. So yet again, I got to give a big shout out here to Status Coup News. Status Coup is Jordan Chariton's outlet. He's an independent reporter. He's on the ground in a lot of different places. He was just at Alligator Auschwitz the other day, giving me on-the-ground updates. He got some videos out of there. Real incredible stuff. Go subscribe to the Status Coup YouTube channel. Go follow him on Twitter as well. We also have somebody from Status Coup is on the ground here, Tina Desiree, and she got some video as well. They say, quote, "Shame on you, Nazis." Status Coup reporter Tina Desiree was on the ground as Border Patrol and other agencies suddenly swarmed MacArthur Park in L.A. with guns and military tanks. No clear reason has been given. Even Mayor Karen Bass appeared confused. This comes amid ICE raids and protests, especially in California neighborhoods. So that's not a mistake, by the way, that Karen Bass didn't know, wasn't informed. Because again, this is Donald Trump trying to invoke martial law, trying to occupy blue American cities, trying to let them know you are no longer free. I'm the boss. I do what I want. Did I round up a bunch of innocent people? Did I break up families? Did I send them to a concentration camp with no court hearing and no due process? Yes, I did. What are you going to do about it? There's nothing you can do about it.
No, not me, dude. Not fucking me. Come on, man. I'm the fucking press.
They come out pointing weapons at... This is a reporter. They're pointing a weapon at a reporter.
No, not me, dude. Not fucking me. Come on, man. I'm the fucking press. I get you. You don't need to fucking aim it. Why even aiming that shit at me, man? I'm like not a fucking threat. Please de-escalate.
That is a stun grenade. Are you serious right now? Maybe you guys should just go ahead and record me, bro. This is me. This is my job. You're not going to intimidate me. We still have a First Amendment in this country.
can't go over there right now because the crowd is forming. But what can we do to stop this? Because this is insane. This is insane. You're getting ready to leave? Okay, please. Can you leave ASAP?
This is not America. But the thing is, it is. It is. This is Trump's America. There's this thing called the Imperial Boomerang, and that basically means that all the tactics of imperialism that we use overseas, think about the illegal and offensive war in Iraq, think about the drone war, think about overthrowing Libya, for example, think about Abu Ghraib and Guantanamo Bay, all of these destructions of human rights and civil liberties overseas. The Imperial Boomerang is eventually that all comes back to police your domestic population. And that's where we're at now. So even though we have, effectively an ironclad constitution when it comes to stuff like habeas corpus and due process and things of that nature, it's only written on paper, right? You need people to actually abide by that. You need a government to actually be restrained by that. If the people with all the guns and all the power decide we're just not going to do that, well, that's how you wind up where we are now, in what is effectively a fascist dictatorship. The same guy who, by the way, tried to overturn the 2020 election and stay in power. You think they're not cooking up something for 2028? You think they're not cooking up something for 2026? We just talked about this on the show the other day. They're already trying to intimidate people who work the elections. They're already trying to do that. Maybe we'll criminally charge you. They are intimidating them to try to rig it. And by the way, they are governing like they'll never have to answer to the people again, which is why they can kick 17 million people off Medicaid, kick 3 million people off food stamps, and feel like, we can get away with this and give more money to the wealthy. We can get away with this. Why? Because we just spent $170 billion beefing up the ICE Gestapo. Trump has his own personal paramilitary that he can deploy on people, arrest them, no due process, no hearing, no charges, throw you in a dungeon, leave you there, send you to El Salvador, send you to Alligator Auschwitz, let you fucking rot out there. This is where we're at. And here you have the mayor of a city going, what the fuck is going on? Like, what is this? Of all the things Trump has done, just this alone, what we're watching here, he should be impeached, he should be removed, he should be criminally charged. This is pissing and shitting on the idea of freedom, liberty, democracy, the Constitution, the idea of what this country is supposed to be at our highest ideals. That's what this is. Literally, you have armed thugs, jackbooted thugs, coming out with guns, pointing weapons at the press. Covering their faces, again, because they know what they're doing. By the way, if you're in the U.S. military, why the fuck haven't you resigned yet? And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. If you're in the California National Guard, why haven't you stepped down? Why haven't you refused to deploy? Why haven't you said, I don't answer to Trump, I answer to the governor of California? The only way that they can get away with this shit is if you have people who are willing to do their dirty work. And if you're willing to do that, you're a criminal and you're a fascist. Why have you not stepped down? Anybody in the military, step the fuck down. Step down. This is as un-American as it gets. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Jesus Christ, bro. Jesus Christ. And by the way, this is not going to be talked about nearly enough. Because as I said, they hit you with 100 things a day that are horrible. And then you got to try to pick up the pieces. You got to try to read the tea leaves. You got to try to talk about all of it. And people just, they don't know how to do that. They don't know how to, hone in on the right things and hammer away. And here we are. Total fascist takeover. And by the way, I should also point this out. Super important point. Trump literally just said, I'm going to do this in New York City and I'm going to do this in D.C. also. He came out and said that. Why? New York City, left wing, just elected a Democratic Socialist. D.C., one of the most left-wing places in the country. Big blue cities, he's coming for you. He's coming for you. And also, there's another super important point. This was in Bloomberg. ICE raids derail Los Angeles economy as workers go missing. As workers go missing. I mean, they literally want to deport about 5% of the U.S. population, which is, you're begging for an economic collapse at that point. But we're already seeing the wheels in motion of that exact economic collapse about to happen. Because you've terrorized the population, good people, hardworking people, people who take care of their families, people who don't commit crimes. You've terrorized them to go into hiding. This is a nihilistic, fascist, degenerate death cult, satanic death cult. These people are evil, and they need to be called what they are. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.